Ladies and gentlemen, Sky Sensei here with another quick Insect Glaive suggestion video. I've been playing around with some chain crit element builds and I came across something that was quite interesting. So a reminder here, or for those of you new, chain crit is a new skill introduced in Sunbreak which boosts your attack and element attack twice, once on the first initial hit against a monster, and then the second is granted after 5 successive hits. So this is more ideal for weapons that have more than 5 hits in a single combo. So I mentioned previously in my first build video with chain crit, Insect Glaive is sort of on the border of having a viable playstyle with this skill, mainly because your Kinsect hits also count towards gaining this buff. So I had initially showcased this with the assist Kinsect, but I hadn't thought about this video's idea before. I realized while playing around this weekend that the old speed Kinsects with the Kinsect bonus charged chain attack actually do 5 quick hits when they're charged blue. Now the older playstyle of these Kinsects was generally that you would send them out to get some damage as you approach the monster, or you would send them out at the end of a combo just to get some extra damage. If you used a blunt Kinsect, you were aiming to create a knock to create another opening, or if you used Sever, you were probably aiming for a tail cut or to get some element damage. Well, with chain crit, the former pattern actually works really well with these Kinsects. If you time your combos to send out your Kinsect just as you approach the monster, the Kinsect will get the first 5 hits, boost your damage to max just as your attacks start to land. So this means that all your hits are now dealing the extra bonus damage, and this doesn't end until your combo ends and you wait 2 seconds without dealing any damage. So yes, this means that you can do the original bread and butter glaive combo of rising slashes and tornado slashes, Kinsect recall, and then repeat without losing your chain crit buff. So in my opinion, this is really cool and it adds a new playstyle involving other Kinsects as well. Now it's not just speed Kinsects that also benefit from this. Powder Kinsects also have great timing as well. So powder Kinsects hit at a constant rate against the monster. Well, thanks to the buff that they added in Sunbreak with the increased speed of their attack, this rate is now just enough to maintain chain crit buff even if you don't attack. You can see in this example here, when I mark the target, I get my initial buff, and then a few hits later, the final buff is activated. The red sparks around me indicate this, but you can also see the boosted dragon stat on the side. This makes for a very interesting concept that if you combine and time your attacks with your powder Kinsect, you essentially will never lose chain crit while dealing damage. Now of course, this is not literally like you'll never lose it ever, because you have to stop to do the powder vortex attack, you might need to heal and reposition and stuff. But the basic idea is that during phases of attack, even if you take a second to reposition, or some weird geometry pushes you out of the way, or a teammate gets a second KO, or a tail cut happens, or just something happens, if you have a powder Kinsect up and about, you won't lose this buff and you can get right back into the action. That being said, again, don't fret if you do lose your buff. You're back to max buff in 5 hits, 3 if you have a powdered Kinsect in the air, so it's literally not hard to regain. Don't beat yourself up about it. But I just wanted to show you guys that with powdered Kinsect, this can also be an amazing skill, and this really creates for some amazing variety in the glaive playstyle of Monster Hunter Rise. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have tried this or not. For those of you that enjoy the speed or powdered Kinsects, hopefully this inspires a little different gameplay for you guys to try. Let me know in the comments below if there's any questions or comments, or you guys have other things that you guys might want me to try and combine with this. I do have a chain crit build that you can find here in the top right corner of the video. I'm also putting out some element builds this week which pair really well with chain crit. So definitely something to subscribe to the channel for and keep an eye out for. The element builds are definitely coming early this week, and I've just been having a ton of fun with chain crit. It really does push for that aggressive playstyle with glaive, which is very exciting to me. So that's it for me, hunters. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and keep hunting. Sky Sensei is out.